and for humanity. We are not a commodity, nous ne sommes pas une marchandise, parce qu'effectivement, nous sommes des êtres humains qui avons le droit aussi à des conditions de travail et à un respect de notre dignité. Et nous faisons partie d'une communauté qui est la communauté des fonctionnaires du service public. Et c'est la raison pour laquelle je tiens à remercier l'International des services publics pour son appui. Et je donne la parole à Daniel pour qu'il prenne la parole. Merci Daniel.
Merci beaucoup. Je vais parler en anglais, s'il vous plaît. This May Day, I think as was said, we would like to have been here celebrating the victories of workers' struggles for decades and centuries, celebrating things like the right to an 8-hour day, in some countries less, the right to have paid sick leave, to have holidays, the rights for anti-discrimination that we fought so hard to win. But instead we find ourselves in very difficult and very unfortunate times, when even not just governments around the world are under attack, but even the UN and its specialised agencies are under attack. And this jeopardises the ability of all of you to do the very important work that you do, that's even more important as the world slowly drifts towards more and more uncertainty. But these attacks at their base are not about UN staff necessarily, they're really about the domestic politicking of some countries and their drift to the right. And they've taken the United Nations and they've taken the United Nations and the UN staff hostage as part of this fight. And that's critical because the work that you do is so important. And we find this all over the world, the attacks on civil servants, where we're described as being wasteful or not productive, or as was just said, we're seen as commodities that can be expended. Because the work you do is the work that underpins the safety and the security and the dignity of the world. You are the people that provide the architecture to fight for more peace. You are the people that provide the support to families in conflict zones. You are the people that provide the vaccinations for those who face horrible diseases, communicable diseases. You are the people that fight for the security of countries. And ironically, many of you are the people that fight for dignified work for other people and other workers in other parts of the world. It is the moment, though, for all of us to work together. We are in very difficult circumstances. And those difficult circumstances call for us to be smart, to be unified, and also to work together with the management of the UN systems, who haven't always done the right thing by us, but at the moment are in the similar situations to us in that they face attacks on the budgets for external political reasons. And we've weathered these attacks in the past, and we will weather them again. And there are precedents. We know, for example, that a major nation withdrew from the ILO in 1977 and then from UNESCO in 1984. And like now, they were major financial contributors that had a budget impact, but they came back after winning concessions. We also know that the arbitrary 7.5% salary cut that was imposed by the International Civil Service Commission, which unfairly impacted on so many workers here today and a lot of the workers in the UN staff in Geneva, that ultimately when we fought back, it took time, but united, we got some reparation. So the challenge that faces us today is a major one, but it's one that we must fight together. And if I have one single message from the workers of the world, from the 30 million public service workers that Public Services International represents, in 670 unions in 160 countries around the world, is that this is no time to be divided. We must stick together, we must support each other, we must support our unions, and we must ensure that our unions work together and that our federations work together, because if we are united we have a chance of winning, and if we are divided we will most certainly fail. But there's another issue that I want to raise, because as this budget crisis hits, it affects different staff in very different ways, through no fault of their own. There are staff working side by side, equally committed, doing at times identical and equally important tasks, whose security of employment is different from others. And some, as they face these difficult times, have greater vulnerability, and they have different obligations and protections than others. And this inequality is not new. It stems from the systematic misuse of contracts, particularly the fake consultancy contracts that in some agencies have pervaded the vast majority of those posts. You can rest assured that the 30 million workers that PSI represents are behind you in your fight, and we'll be there as you continue this struggle, and we will do everything we can to support you. Please, take hope. We can win this if we stand together. We will be here next year, and we will be here the year after. We will win this. If it's not today, it will be tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Daniel. And can I say UN staff stand for?
Humanity.
UN staff are not
Commodity.
Thank you.